Good morning, Cadre. It is Thanksgiving 2018, and I'm coming at you today for another shave. This one is not part of the Bad Blade series. I wanted to just kind of have a Thanksgiving shave, so to speak. So, yes, I am wearing a 90s t-shirt. Good stuff. So, first of all, I just want to start out by saying thank you to everyone on the Cadre. We've got over 130 members currently, and I know I speak for myself, Dave and Chris, the other two owners, when I say thank you for being a member at the Shaving Cadre. It's been a little bit of a bumpy road at times, but overall I'd say it's gone really well since our launch in March. Just three friends who were upset with the way things were running at another forum and knew that it could be better, and we chose to come over here. And those of you that followed us, thank you. Those of us that have helped along the way, thank you. Those of you that have helped build the membership, thank you. And those of you that have just stumbled upon us and have wanted to become part of something great, thank you. We really appreciate it. What we are creating is more than just a shaving forum, I feel. It's like a brotherhood. It's close-knit. We're close. We know each other. It's really easy to hop on and read every single post and feel like you know each individual person from all different walks of life. I mean, we've got people spread throughout the whole United States, different backgrounds, and we're all like one big giant family. And I think that's awesome, and it's really cool. So, just wanted to say thanks for that, and not just because it's Thanksgiving, but just because it's good to hear. It's more than just that. It's good to hear. So, what I'm going to use today is a soap that I kind of attribute to. It reminds me of what Thanksgiving kind of smells like. I really enjoy the scent. The soap is a low tier 1, high tier 2 performer. I haven't used them in a while, but I really enjoyed this scent in particular. I don't use it that much anymore because it is unobtainium now, and that is Barrister and Mann Lava. It is what they refer to as their sandalwood, which is currant, sandalwood, and amber. However, it is currant forward, and I love that smell. So it's one of my favorites. I really like it a lot. When it comes down to razor, what I'm going to use is actually my game changer. I was going to take this with us on our little trip this weekend, but sadly that's not going to happen. Getting snowed out. So the valley's not too bad. We can travel around the valley. However, to get up into the mountains, sadly it's not safe unless we put on chains and go all out, and I'm not willing to do that just to go up there for the weekend. So what we did is we moved our reservations to the end of March, and we'll go then. So we're gonna stay at home and just relax and enjoy the company with the family, and probably do some things around town because the mountains are getting hammered. I mean, with not inches but feet. So it's not safe to commute. And they made it very clear that the plows would be very limited. So they say only travel if you have to. Well, we don't have to, so we're not going to. What I'm going to use as far as a blade today is a Gillette Wilkinson sword, the Gillette kind. Here it is. Good blade. I enjoy it. Gonna load it up into my Game Changer, my .84 Game Changer. Today's video could go a little long, and for that I apologize, but it is what it is. Okay, go ahead and get this, I'm not doing any pausing or anything like that. You're just going to get chat rambling today. I'm usually not a big amber fan, but thankfully the fruitiness of the currant helps it. I really, really, really just like this scent. Reminds me of Thanksgiving. Okay. All right. For my brush today, no choice, really, had to. The TSC member brush. If you guys haven't purchased one of these yet, you need to go to the shaving brush section of the forum, get the details, and read about it, and purchase one. The prices are very reasonable, and Eric does a fantastic job. Everyone should have a member brush. And get ready, because, spoiler alert, a 1-year anniversary brush. Details should be coming fairly, they're coming, let's put it that way. I don't want to say soon because we're working out some final details on it, but it's being worked on, so. Well, I just dropped my whole brush in my sink, which I have water floating in, by the way. That wouldn't necessarily be a problem if this soap wasn't unobtainium, so now, oh well. Okay. Alright, I gotta pause you for a quick second to clean up. Alright, back. Boy, that was embarrassing. So, Barrister and Man, right? There's been some talk about them on the forum lately because of their new soap base they're getting ready to release. I have nothing against Barrister and Man. I haven't agreed with all of their scents. But their Lather series that they discontinued, those were the best scents in my opinion. I've owned them all. 3017, the purple, and I'm assuming you pronounce it Chiper. So I don't own those ones anymore. But these were all the best scents in my opinion. And it's a damn shame that they're gone. And the other stuff, the scents are so out there that I don't ever feel comfortable blind buying from Barrister and Man. I have to sniff it first. Thankfully, there is a shop in Utah that sells Barrister and Man, so I just wait until I get down there, sniff what the new ones are. He usually always has some stock, and then I decide, yes, I would get this one, no, I won't. But really the last one that I got was the Adagio. I like Adagio. So, game changer, loaded up with the Wilkinson sword. I love this razor, and I'm glad that KJ liked his too. Granted, he hasn't done a full face shave yet. He's done the neck. But I love it. Now, he did get the point 6.8, which is probably perfect for him because he doesn't like more aggressive razors, and the .84 is obviously more aggressive. I've actually considered buying another one in the .68 when they come out again. I know it's going to be later in 2019. And what I plan on doing is just literally putting it in storage and making it my son's first razor. Because I think that this would be the perfect razor for him to learn on. Or I'll give him like one of my grandpa's techs. So. Yeah, it's really a shame. I mean, if this scent was in his Glissant base or his new, I think it's Excelsior base or something, it'd probably be really good. He should do a special where he brings back some of these lava scents. I don't fault him for not having, continuing to make them. I'm sure it's difficult to have so many different soap bases. But this soap base is actually really good. I'm reminding myself it is a tier 1 soap in my opinion. So, alright, gonna pause you guys, I'll rinse, I'll come right back. So I haven't talked about officiating in a while, but I wanted to talk about that a little bit since it's basketball season. So just so you guys know, this year my ranking has gone up. So I'm now I have the ranking to where that I will be the R on more games. So in a 3-man crew, which is what State of Utah uses for most games, you have an R, which is the referee, a U1 and a U2, umpire 1, umpire 2. The R is the head official. He's in charge of the crew. The U1 and the U2, all that signifies is just position at tip-off. That's it. The R is the one that tosses the ball. U1 is table side. U2 is cross court. Literally, that's the only time that those 3 positions matter, unless there's something that happens in the middle of a game that needs to be decided. Then the R has final say. That's it. So I'm the R now more this year, which is kind of cool. I don't mind that responsibility. I get more. I like doing the ball toss, and I've actually had a lot of R's who have given it up to me at games and said they would rather me toss the ball. Not because I'm particularly better at it than they are. It's just that when you have players that are really tall doing the jump, which is obviously usually the case, a taller official can usually do better in there. Smaller officials tend to get landed on or something to that effect. They can't the ball doesn't get tossed as high. A taller official does better. I'm 6'3", so I've had that happen a lot. So I don't mind tossing it. Anyways, I wanted to talk about this, my first game of the season, regular season game, I should say, this last Tuesday. Really close game, and sadly another technical. Technicals happen a lot in basketball. Coaches sometimes think it's good strategy to get a technical because they think that it will get their players energized and get them more into the game, or it can swing momentum. And yes, I have seen that happen, but there's a right way and a wrong way to go about it, right? I mean, we as officials, obviously, we are humans, so when you go to get a technical, we do our best to ensure that it's not, usually they'll do their best to make sure it's not like being derogatory towards the official. Usually they'll just keep arguing to the point where that it's preventing the pace of the game, and then we don't have a choice but to call a technical. So hope that makes sense. Anyways, wanted to talk about the technical that I had. So I was lead position, and the positions rotate throughout the whole game. They're constantly rotating. You have lead, trail, and center. Center will stay center until there's a rotation. Lead becomes the new trail when you go the other direction, and trail becomes the new lead. Hope that makes sense. So I'm lead, on the baseline. And I've got player goes up for a rebound, lands, another player kind of twists his ankle and goes down to the ground. He was on the defense at this point. Offense is taking off, going for a fast break. Player's down, holding his ankle, like hurt, okay? I've got, after the bucket, because they're on a fast break, after he scores, I stopped the clock because that was my call on the trail. Stop the clock, blow my whistle, my time. We got a hurt player. Coach is a little upset. He's like, why didn't you stop it sooner? And I'm like, Coach, I can't take away a fast break. The player wasn't in harm of being stepped on or trampled on or anything like that. I can't take away a fast break. Coaches are like, yeah, but he's hurt. He's like, this is high school. He's hurt. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but that's the way the rule is written. We don't stop the play if he's away from the action and hurt. We wait until there's a good time to stop the clock. Can't stop it during a fast break. And then I see the player jump up and start walking away. And as the coach is talking to me, he goes behind his coach and he starts clapping at me like, "You need to stop the clock," rah, 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 getting in my face. And I look at the coach and I say, "Now look," I said, "he clearly wasn't hurt that bad if he jumps right up and starts walking away. And now he's acting like this." And then the player goes, "F you, I was hurt." Boop. Technical. No choice at that point. Simple. You know, I mean, you see these things all the time. The player that got hurt, they're losing by 4 points. It's in the fourth quarter. He's trying to stay down to stop the clock. You see these things happen all the time. So, one of the other things I really appreciate about high school rules is they are putting a really big emphasis this year on traveling. They made it very clear at our clinics that this is high school rules. Euro step is a travel. So we're going to have to talk about that pregame with the coaches and the players. And without fail so far, kid goes out, does a Euro step, and then starts complaining that we call a travel on him. "That's not a travel. That's not a travel." Or you hear it from the fans, which doesn't bother me as much from the fans, because they don't know. But the players should know. The coaches should know. Like, "That's not a travel. You don't know. Euro step's legal." And it's like, "Coach, we already talked about this before the game started. Euro step's illegal. You know that. It's a travel. It's too many steps. This isn't the NBA where we're going to let you guys get away with that." Because that's the thing, right? You got to realize that. NBA, college, it's more about money. The high school level, the best way that I can explain it is that it doesn't matter if it's a high scoring game or if it's offensive power or anything like that, which is how the rule books are written for the pros and like college, to be honest with you. High school sports in general, football and basketball, and I know the others from talking with other officials, it's all about advantage, disadvantage. That's what it's about. Making sure that it's fair. Not trying to set it up to where that the offense has the greatest advantage to mean high scoring games or make it to where that, you know, that way you have more action. No. It's all about advantage, disadvantage. Did the player gain an advantage? If yes, so by doing a Euro step, doing the jump back James Harden look or whatever, it's technically traveling. The NBA allows it because it means more points. High school's like, no, it's creating an advantage, disadvantage, and it's not fair to the team that's on defense. Granted, that's not the only reason you have low scoring games in high school. The talent level's obviously not there either. But I appreciate that about the sports. If you guys like sports, if you can find a good high school that you can follow or something to that effect and go to some games, you're going to realize it's more pure. In my opinion. More pure. Just the way it is. And it's more pure because the kids actually have to play the game. I like that. So anyways, Thanksgiving, right? Going over to my parents. Snowing, storming. That's fine though. Got an excellent shave though. Alright, gonna pause you guys, rinse, clean up a little bit. We'll come back for post-shave. So I'll be right back. Alright, so all cleaned up, good to go. Got a nice shave. BBS, I'd call it, which is fantastic. I figure I didn't take a shave of the day picture, nothing like that. We woke up, had a nice little breakfast. Got to get down there and help my wife prepare rolls and stuff like that. since we had a nice referee talk, and that's one of the things that I enjoy, one of the things I'm thankful for that I get to do each and every single day, I'm going to use my Avon and the whistle. This is the Thai Winds. It's supposed to... Yeah, it doesn't really stand up on its own. It's a good scent. I mean, obviously it's not a perfect match to the soap I use, but I'm not really going for that. I'm just going for things I enjoy. So once again, thanks guys. Thanks for following. If you aren't a member yet of the Cadre, join us at www.shavingcadre.com. Hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and it's spent with family, loved ones, and people you care about. And aside from that, I'll see you guys on the pages. Have a good one, guys. Happy Thanksgiving.